Hello, my name is Dr. Giuseppe Palladini. I'm the founder of Stepping Bricks. Now today we are going to talk about how to find money to invest in properties. Whether you have money or you don't have money, these are 5 ways to fund your property portfolio. The first way is traditional mortgages. So for example, let's say you want to buy a property, you need to have 25% of the money of the deposit for buying the property if it's for buy to let. So depends where you are in the country, then you can find a lender, so a bank that can give you the 75% of the money, and depending on your circumstances, of course, it's better if you speak to a mortgage broker which can give you a better picture of your financial statements. So number 1 again is traditional buying with a mortgage, 25% deposit, 75% from the lender, and then you can buy the property. You can do the product for 1, 2, 3, 5 years fixed, whatever you want. You can use variable, you can use tracker rates. You need to read the market so you don't risk your money too much. For example, if the Bank of England base rate increases a lot, then the tracker rate is not a good rate to go for. But if the Bank of England base rate goes below the threshold of the fixed rate, then probably it's better to take a little risk and you can get out anytime without penalty. The second way is through private investors, so private funds. Now, I hear you a little bit scared when you hear about this, finding private investors. These are also called armchair investors, which means they're people that want to sit on an armchair and not do anything. So they have money, but they don't have the time or the experience to invest in property. So they prefer to give away some money. Remember, they're not giving away, they're just investing it. And then for a return on their investments, could be a fixed percentage, could be a share of the company, could be one of the properties if you're doing a big development. You can agree whatever works for both of you. But armchair investors are real, they exist, okay? They're not a unicorn like everybody talk about. And the only way they can invest with you is by showing you are credible. So that you have experience, that you have the time, you can show previous projects as well. Of course, if you are a beginner, it might be a bit more challenging. But again, if you have a good business plan in place, this is exactly what we give to our academy members. If you have a business plan in place, then they can be more secure of giving you the money to invest in property and give them a better return on what the banks would give them otherwise. The third way is through crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding is when you have a lot of people, a lot of investors, they pool together with smaller capitals. You can pitch your property project to crowdfunding websites, and then they can fund your project for a share of your profit. So depends if you like it or not. I prefer to deal with one person rather than with many people, but it's based on your personal preference. Number 4 is pension. Now this is a very delicate topic, and please seek financial advice from a proper financial advisor, and they can give you the better advice for what you need based on your circumstances. Now, pensions are a very good way to invest in property. I'm not talking about residential properties, but I'm talking about commercial properties. So if you have any of these pensions that allow you to invest in property, like for example SIPP or SAS, they can actually lend you money to invest in commercial property, and any of the rental income goes into your pension pot, tax-free, and then you can withdraw the money when you're 55, compared to traditional pensions that you can withdraw the money around 68, 70, depends what your agreement is. Obviously, when we talk about state pension or private pensions, we're talking about peanuts that you receive when you are on the 68, 70 years old mark. And it's a real scam, if I have to be honest, because you cannot afford to live with £150 a week. When you're 70, you have different priorities. You cannot enjoy life the way you wanted to enjoy when you were 20, 30, 40, 50. So please do not delay your enjoyment, your dreams when you are 70, because when you're 70, you will have other priorities. You're not going to do the same things you wanted to do when you were 20, 30, 40, or 50, or 60. So pension, use one of these schemes, SIPP or SAS, where you can transfer your actual private pension into these pots. You can ask for a transfer value, okay, to your current pension provider, and then you will be surprised by the amount of money you have in the pension pot based on the transfer value, which is a projected value. And then once they are in the SIPP or in the SAS, then you can invest in commercial properties and you can have a lot of money to enjoy life way earlier than 68, 70. And the fifth way of finding the money to invest in property, if you don't have money to put as a 25 deposit for a mortgage, if you don't have a pension, if you cannot be bothered with crowdfunding, and if you don't want to ask anybody else for money, then equity release is my fifth way. This is exactly how I started in property. I didn't have money in the bank, but I had money in the equity of my property. So what you need to do, you need to check the value of your property, then minus the outstanding mortgage that you have on the property. If you don't have a mortgage, you are in a very good position. But if you have a mortgage, then again, the value of the property minus the value of your mortgage, that is your equity. Remember, you cannot release the full amount, okay? You can release a percentage of that, and I would say always keep your loan to value maximum up to 80% on your residential property. So you can release up to 80% of the total value of the property minus the mortgage. So that is your equity and it's tax free. So good thing about this is that you don't have to pay any tax because it's debt. So it's classified as a debt and not as an income. So you can release money, you can invest in property exactly like I did. So the first time I released £27,000 from my house, then invested into a buy-to-let. The buy-to-let paid for my new mortgage and my equity release, plus an extra couple of £100 in my pocket. So the game is simple, you need to understand the rules, and this is possible. It's not impossible because a lot of people have done it. You just need the right support and you need to go through your fears. You need to face your fears. Okay, so my name again is Dr. Giuseppe Palladini. I'm the founder of Stepping Bricks, and if you like this video, just comment below, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.